How's everybody doing tonight, huh? I don't know which camera it is. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm in a good mood. How about you? How y'all doing at home? Carl should be here any minute. As always, I don't know what I did with my phone, so we'll have to leave it up to Carl and read the comments later, but yeah, good to see you guys. Always is. I always enjoy doing this. It's a fun time. It really is. Or we wouldn't do it. Well, we would. We would do it anyway because we love you. And we owe you a life debt. Because you saved our lives. After that, pulled us out of that burning car crash, you know, with the Hyundai Accent, you know, we were trapped in the Kia, trapped in the little Forte, and you couldn't, you know, everything was so smashed up, you couldn't tell what was an Accent and what was a Forte. Yes?
Carl's here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Send him up. Send him up. Send him up. Hey! How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you
Good
too,
to see you. Oh, I hit my fucking finger with my ring. Oh, man, that hurts. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Good time.
You look good. You look, you got a haircut. I don't like it.
I'm cut off in the wide shot.
What? You're cut off in the wide shot?
Yeah.
Well, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You fucking did something. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Give me, what the fuck? Did somebody walk in here? This is the one, right? What the fuck? I'm not moving. No, that's not the wide shot, you retard.
What? Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. That's my fucking camera.
No.
Yeah, see?
I don't have it.
The camera's just not running. Go to 4. It came unplugged because you kicked it. Coming in. There we go. Now I have to adjust it again.
No, it looks fine.
No, it doesn't. You're cut off. Zoom in on yourself. Zoom out. Okay.
Never a dull moment.
Never a professional moment.
We try.
Wow.
Close the door.
Yeah. Fuck. I need to run these wires for real. Ugh. This I have wired.
Yeah.
I drilled holes down and into the next room, but the phone is just a long, overly long cord. What are you gonna do? Well, you look not as good as you did last week because I don't
know.
like it.
I like
the haircut. It's a good haircut, but it's
not me.
It's not you.
I know it's a little too short. She got a little zealous with the clippers.
She?
Yes.
You said this was a barber shop.
It was, but there was a lady there. She was very based about certain vaccinations.
Oh wow! Okay.
Normally, I hate having conversations with people cutting my hair, but she's quite.
She's like in China.
Yeah.
Did she bring up the balloon?
Yes, of course she brought up the fucking balloon because it was Saturday, the day I got it cut on Saturday, the day they shot the thing down.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, do you hear about that Chinese balloon?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sad that they shot him down."
I hate to be the one
contrarian,
you know. But it's just like I just didn't care about it at all.
Same. Even when the story first broke, I'm like, okay, and
it's like we have spy satellites and stuff. Yeah. I was talking to my dad about it today. He's like, well, you know, it's high res, you know, it's more high resolution. It's like, 'cause it's closer. I don't know.
Oh, they just
I'm kind of leaning toward they're all fucking balloons, all the satellites.
Sure, yeah.
The space is, it appears to be pretty fake and pretty gay.
Yeah.
Papers.
I know, it's like what, like
She puts papers on my desk like I use this for work.
the set is just so convincing. She's like, oh, Mr. Lasser is gonna need these documents.
This is the last place I want to sit down and
Think about
work. Well, and I just have all these cords under my feet. I can't work like this. I need to. Every week I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be the week that I rearrange these cords in a way that, like, that I can just like have my feet comfortable in there.
Nope.
No, never do. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. Like they're like, oh, well, this is just the trial run for nuclear EMPs. I'm like, both those things aren't real.
If they were gonna do a fucking nuclear EMP, I'm pretty sure they'd use an intercontinental ballistic missile. Not a balloon,
dude, they're gonna use a balloon
floating around at 5 miles. At wind speed tops.
Wind speed that could be easily manipulated by trade winds and jet streams. Yeah, that's what they're gonna throw that's their plan to. Also, like, oh, they're taking pictures of Middle America. They got some intel on Cracker Barrel.
It went over. I found out today because I just wasn't paying attention until I went over to my dad's today, and he had Fox News on.
Oh, great people at Fox News.
Great people there. Please hire us at Fox News. We are your kind of conservatives.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize like they had an image of it from St. Louis, because I guess it passed like when they said it passed through Missouri, it passed like something like 30 miles north of St. Louis. So
I didn't know. I mean,
we have what, the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency here, which for some reason is abbreviated NGA instead of NGSA.
Well, also Boeing has a bunch of top secret stuff going on over at Lambert.
Yeah. But
it didn't affect Lambert.
But you can't fucking. How well can you direct a balloon? I mean, I don't think there were like jets on this thing.
Said that there was some propulsion, like propellers, to kind of manipulate it.
Oh, okay.
Like
I still don't care. I don't care.
And also,
we bring fucking Chinese citizens over on H-1B visas to do. Oh my goodness. Poor bug. Baby crying. No, we bring Chinese citizens over on H-1B visas all the time, and just give them jobs at these places. Yeah. So it's like, what, if they're gonna, they're
on a learning visa. They're here to learn from us. Yes, they are. Yeah, but also they knew the trajectory. They knew it was going to be over St. Louis. So if they had any secrets out there on the ramp, they could go shove them back in the hangar real quick.
Yeah. Oh man, it's coming towards St. Louis in 18 hours.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Ready. What are we gonna do? Yeah, just shove those super secret F-18s that have been flying since the 80s. Shove them back in the hangar.
I saw somebody talk about how it was the first time since 9/11 that Americans were all united on something. I mean, we are the holdouts.
Yeah, I guess.
Gave everybody something to talk to each other about for once.
Really came together as a people.
Yeah, to overcome adversity.
Yeah. To overcome some helium and steel. Oh my gosh,
dude! I forget what the Chiron said on Fox. It was like. It was something like Red Menace, and just like these like anti-Chinese like Red Scare things. It was so funny.
I don't know, like
it's not funny because they're clearly gearing for war.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm not looking forward to war with China. It's gonna suck probably, but like I hope we get some World War II Japanese-esque propaganda. So it's fun to make fun of Asian people.
I would definitely not be one of the. I'm not gonna be one of the people that's like like, fuck the U.S. government, I'm pro-China, you know?
Yeah, I'm not gonna
at
counter
war.
signal that much. Yeah,
Get thrown in a fucking
internment camp.
Internment trailer, I guess they do now. Yeah. No.
God, this fucking clip.
I mean, we're probably destined for that. I don't know. At least the opponent in this war would be communist. So one would think they'd be putting the communists in prison, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
Everything's all topsy-turvous, though.
Yeah, it is. Everything. Yeah, things don't make sense anymore.
Oh my God, this freaking mic clip.
Oh yeah. You want to switch? Do you need to switch?
No.
Why don't you put a little something in there with it? Because it has a little bit of squeeze. But you just need to back it with something.
Yeah.
Let's see what I've got. Got some nice gold cufflinks. You can't have those. Got a picture of you. There, show that to the camera. Got a picture of Carl on cover of Doggins Nyheader.
Sure.
Yeah.
Doggins Nyheader.
What was this? What did we figure out this was?
It's Swedish.
I thought it wasn't Swedish.
No, Danish.
Danish. It's the Danes.
The Danish
It's
national
the Danish.
newspaper. These.
God bless them.
Yeah, God bless the Danes.
Here, put this under it.
Oh.
There you go.
God. Son of a bit. It does not work. Fuck. I'll just have to hold it.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Here. Here, Buggy's Pants.
Oh, cool.
It works.
Hey, it also doesn't look terrible, to be honest. It works.
It looks like you have like one of those like the opposite. It looks like you've got one of those like British or Canadian like you're going to court. You're a magistrate or whatever.
Yeah.
What do they call those? Or no, what do they call the lawyers?
Constable?
No, that's cops.
Oh, counselor? Wait.
No, it's funnier than that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I forget.
Anyway, but if it's stupid and it works, it's not dumb.
That's right.
It's Buggy Pants on the mic. It works.
I'm trying to figure out how that got broken. I haven't compared the two. It just lose its springiness?
I don't know. Did you stand up in it?
Several times.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the mechanism of breakage?
Yeah, because you'd think it would break off at the cord.
It looks the same, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get another clip for that. In the meantime, you look great.
I feel great.
You look like you feel great.
I do.
Oh, boy. I don't want to tell that story. You know which one. I don't want to tell that one.
No.
No, that's too much. Dave Letterman.
Oh, yeah, you gotta look at the teeth.
Yeah.
Woo!
I don't know. I'm wholly unprepared for this episode.
I always am, but we kind of...
We had that one that we... Was it last week? We had like a bullet. I had like a bulleted list. It was nice.
Probably. And then we've done it a couple other times. I've gotten something ready, but I don't really care.
I can tell.
No, I mean, I love the show. I just love it so much. No, I'm in now my third week of art school.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's going pretty good. They say the final red pill is getting kicked out, so we'll have to see what happens. It's getting kicked out of art school, but I like it. I'm in a class with a bunch of weirdos, and like we're doing critiques of all of our art, and I did this stupid project. I'm like, this isn't my best work, and everyone was talking about like, wow, the way his use of line weight and
line weight.
Yeah, he's like,
is that like the thickness of a line?
The visual weight of a line. It's a technical design term.
All right.
But then they're talking,
Can't make fun of it too much. I'm not in art school.
No, they're like, wow, this composition it alludes to shape. I'm like, it's a shape. I don't know what am I alluding to? But everyone loved it, and I got 100% on this art project.
Right.
And the 2 projects I've turned in, I've gotten 100% on both of them. So
Good.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm somewhat of an artiste.
are you learning?
Oh yeah,
You're definitely learning things.
Definitely.
You're picking up techniques.
Yeah, and then I start. This is just basic like pencil, like 2D design, and then on Monday I start graphic design.
Oh, this has all been with pencil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just it's part of the certificate.
What do you use for graphic design at home? Do you have Photoshop or do you just use GIMP?
I've been dabbling into GIMP. I have this other app called PixArt.
That's on your phone, right?
Yeah, but I have it on Mac too.
Oh, okay.
So I've been using that.
Is it better on Mac?
It's better on Mac.
Yeah.
But also like it's a very bare bones basic photo editing app, but I've made some really cool stuff with it.
Oh, that's what you've used for all your like when you put people's heads over.
Yeah, I use
things and
PixArt
stuff.
for everything.
It works well.
Yeah, it really does work well.
Must have some good like detection software. And
well, also
built
like
into it.
I have a stylus that I can go on my phone.
and
Really trim thing, but it
okay.
also does have an artificial intelligence, like
grab stuff.
it'll grab stuff for you.
Yeah, like Photoshop or GIMP. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm lucky. I'm learning to get into that. How to actually professionally do it.
Nice.
Because like that commission I did for Mr. Rolfing, I didn't know what the fucking art file was.
Yeah.
But it's something with when you make a project on Photoshop, you send the art file. So I had to remake all of the assets and send them individually. Panicking because I'm like I want that $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you finally get paid for that?
I did get paid.
Nice.
I did.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I've done a couple things in GIMP. I just downloaded it. I downloaded it because I wanted to make the Splorf TV logo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a really fun exercise, you know, because I found a font that seemed to be masquerading as a paid font the font that I wanted. I noticed once I had started doing it, I'm like, this is very similar, but this is tweaked to make it not illegal, I guess.
Oh, nice.
But they were using the same name, was a weird thing. But anyway, I took that. I didn't like the way certain things bended and stuff,
Right.
and so I took the bottom half of the S.
Yeah.
I cut the top half off, and then doubled the bottom, rotated it 90 degrees,
nice.
reconnected it, and thus created my own. You know, freed myself of any possible ramifications at that point because it's a new font at that point. It's a new creation. And
there's a couple fonts that I really love, but certain letters in that font, I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
well, and you'll see like when you look up like font Spurg websites, you know,
r/fonts.
Well, yeah. No, I forget the name of this website, but there's this website where they have these. You can look up a font on there, and it'll tell you like the whole history of that font, and then it shows you examples in like ads and you know, title cards of movies and stuff. You know, album covers. Gives you examples where that font has been used throughout history. It's really cool. Yeah. But what you'll see sometimes is that it'll look like something's all one font because it's laid out professionally, but it's exactly what you're talking about. That the artist didn't like one letter and then uses a letter from a completely different font.
Yeah, and it just throws...
Or just that one. No, and it looks good.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, and you couldn't even tell because they found a similar enough font that
right.
it fits the vibe. But
okay.
yeah, because like the S for Splorf I love, but then when you try to put like Splorf TV under it in the same font, the T and the V just look retarded. Like the V especially, you can't even tell it's a V.
Yeah, I was making something for me and you, and like Carl Lamb came out pristine, but the M, I'm like, what? And like, that's an M? I'm like, literally looked like a curly Q. I'm like, that's not an M.
hate that.
I actually got banned back in the day from r/fonts. Lifetime ban. This is a funny story. This is a funny story. Because, like, I was like, I don't have Reddit anymore because it's so degenerate.
Yeah.
But I was, like, writing with my left hand, and I was, like, writing, like, ridiculous, like a toddler would. And so I posted a picture of it. I said, here's my new font, Inner City Script. That's funny. That's funny. Inner City Script. And I was immediately banned for I can view, but I can no longer participate in r/fonts.
Wow.
That was a couple years ago.
Inner City Script. And it's true. I think we talk about that last episode where my mom taught special ed and all her students were just inner city blacks, like bussins, who didn't know how to read.
Yeah.
Tragic, man.
I've tried multiple times to be ambidextrous. It's not just, I don't see the real value in it.
The value is if you break your arm,
I guess.
break your wrist. Like,
but also,
I don't think there's really any value beyond that.
I think being left-handed should be a disability, because left-handed
you're
people,
you're
smearing the graphite, and it never looks as good as a right-handed person's print.
Yeah, they'll have like an italic slant in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gross.
Yeah, no. They used to like train kids out of that. But now you
can, right?
Yeah, you can. At a young age, you can totally like, no, you're using your right.
Buggy's kind of ambidextrous.
Catholic schools used to make people use their right hand.
Well, and the like, there was like a I don't want to say Catholic superstition, but a superstition among Catholics. Because Catholics aren't allowed to be superstitious.
Tell that to the Irish. There's a fairy in that log there.
But there was an existing Roman superstition that the left hand was evil. Being left-handed was evil. They call it il sinistro.
Il
sinistro to this day.
The syndicate.
Like left is sinistro. Yeah, the sinister hand. But when Rome was converted to Catholicism, they still, kept some of their folk beliefs, some of their folk superstitions, and so it became sort of a superstition among Catholics. It spread. Yeah. It's certainly. Yeah, I don't think it's evil, but
it's stupid, and you should be right-handed.
Yeah,
and also left-handed people, they make it their whole personality. Like, oh, I'm actually left-handed.
I always feel inside my skull. I feel this little drop in respect for somebody when I find out that they're a southpaw. I'm not even kidding. Like, my heart sinks a little bit. Yeah,
Orthodox only, baby. Orthodox only. You can find southpaw. I've also been trying to do that because I've been doing boxing, trying to go twice a week.
What?
Didn't I tell you that?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't listen.
You don't listen to me anyway.
Yeah,
no, but I try to work southpaw. It's very uncomfortable. Hurts my shoulder.
Huh.
So I just hit the bag orthodox. I'm all about the orthodox.
Which way? I'm trying to remember which way I skate. I think I skate goofy.
Are you a goofy skater? I think
is that right foot forward or left?
Yes.
Right foot forward is goofy.
Forward, that would be goofy. I think.
Because you push with your dominant. Yeah. You're supposed to push with your right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't skate, but I ripstick, and I learned to ripstick goofy.
Yeah. So do I.
Yeah.
I'm
good at ripsticking.
So am I.
I mean, I can't do tricks or anything.
Yeah.
But I can use the thing, and I'm 33 years old and learned it I learned it at the at Livery 3, my bar, when we were working on getting all our permits and everything. We already had the building, but the building was pretty empty. I would just go in circles around the physical bar,
Nice.
And at first I'm just like doing it with my hands on the bar, and then a couple days later I'm just like flying around the place.
Yeah, I learned it in one night. There's like a Boy Scout lock-in.
Oh, I remember the lock-ins.
The lock-ins. So yeah, and we were in a gymnasium. Someone brought Ripsticks. So I just learned, and like literally for like hours, I was just going around this gym ripsticking away.
Dude, it's always so gay at first because you have to like hold somebody's hands. Okay, you can let me go.
And then like when my dad picked me up from the lock-in, we went to like Walmart or Toys R Us and we got a Ripstick.
Nice. Yeah, we have a couple of them.
Yeah, I've played on them.
Oh yeah. I like the
short one.
I like the big one.
Yeah, same. The short one I cannot do. I can't find back.
Short one is terrifying. You feel like you're never
really on it. Just the balance is not.
Yeah, Mickey likes it, which makes sense because she's tiny.
Small.
Yeah, but her legs are only 2 inches shorter than mine. Remember. But I guess she's
the center of gravity.
She's almost a full foot shorter than me.
Yeah, she's got a lower center of gravity, so it makes sense.
8 inches, 9 inches shorter than me.
Wow, what a woman!
Yeah. I was listening to the latest. I know. I was listening to the latest Red Scare, and they were talking about height and. The height of men. They were talking about like the fuckable range of like men and women.
Yes.
Just like how short you can be and how tall you can be before it becomes weird.
Yeah.
I think they settled on like, what is it, 5'2" for shortness for women.
Right.
And like 5. They said. You'll be happy to hear this. They said that 5'10" is the perfect height for a man.
That's great.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
I actually got it confirmed when I went to the doctor last Friday.
Does that mean I'm tall? Am I tall at 6 foot?
I get you're above average. I wouldn't say tall. You'd be above average.
I feel like I don't feel tall. I don't feel above average. I know I'm above average, but it's like I don't know. I just feel normal height.
Yep. I got it confirmed because I was questioning myself. I'm like, am I 5'9" or 5'8"? And then I went to the doctor, and they're like, "Yeah, you're 5'10".
Hey, there you go.
So boom.
You're still growing because you're a child.
I am.
Yeah. Oh man, what was? I think it was Red Scare as well, where they were talking about. It must have been because it's the only podcast I listen to. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah. It is a little bit.
It's not like, I've listened to 2 episodes of it, but it's just like there's something funny. There's something really gripping and funny about it, and I don't like admitting that women are funny, and they're usually not. And that's the truth.
Well, right. And
women are not usually funny because they don't have to be. Like men learn to be funny because it's like a way of it's like a necessary ritual. A mating ritual and a necessary way of like breaking tension and bonding with other men with whom there's a constant threat of violence in the room.
Yes.
So women don't need to learn to be funny, but some do, and it's very unusual. But man, those bitches on Red Scare are funny.
I've seen clips. I haven't gone and watched an episode, but yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
those are funny ladies.
Yeah. Well, they were I think this was on there as well, where they were talking about. They're talking about some chick who. She did a story on. Like that. It's a stupid. I think it was New York Times or something article that it's better to be short because of global warming and food shortages, that you won't need as much food to survive, and but the chick that wrote this apparently her parents were crazy short, and so they put her on puberty blockers.
Oh.
Because if you delay puberty, you can actually get like another inch. Which,
that's wild.
I had no idea, but
I thought that would have the reverse effect.
Right. But I guess puberty is like, oh, we're done.
Yeah.
Or something like that, or slows growth rate because it's doing the other thing. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, apparently you can put a kid on puberty blockers and get another inch or two that they wouldn't have gotten. Yeah. Huh. But apparently this chick is like very adamant about like not doing anything with her kids to try to get extra,
footage.
Yeah, like she's just like wants to like make up for the sins of her parents with short children.
That is a fucked up thing to do.
It's a fucked up thing to do, sure.
And to play God and try to. Well, they always talk about like designer babies. There's always like every couple of years, Time will put out a issue on designer babies. People being able to go to genealogists and like choose the traits they want to have in their baby.
Yeah,
that's
gross.
That's playing God, and
the Catholic position on that is that it is wrong.
Yeah, artificial insemination
but they're human and
of course
and God's creation.
Yes, they've been toyed with, but still God's.
It's like
still
with
have a soul.
Yeah.
I used to like panic about that. I'm like, are people born from in vitro fertilization? Do they have souls?
That's my favorite. I've told you this a million times. My favorite thing about the Catholic Church is not having to figure stuff out for myself.
Yeah.
And a lot of you will be like, "Oh yeah, that's
Oh, they keep you.
Oh, yeah,
They control your mind, bro.
Yeah, it's like yes,
they do.
I want that.
Love it.
I want that because it's a higher authority than me. It's God's authority, and I don't have to like waste my life figuring out things that people have debated for 2,000 years and come to conclusions about.
Ignorance is bliss.
And it's not ignorance. The answers are there.
Right.
It's just not having to waste brain power walking the same roads that a bunch of other people have already walked for you. Why not?
Right.
Why not figure something else out that hasn't been figured out yet? Or be creative, make cool music like I'm about to do. There's a good transition.
Yeah, look at that.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, folks. How about it, huh? I'm making I think I was about to talk about that at the end of the last episode, and I was like, no.
Let him simmer.
We'll give him a little taste of James Bond will return in,
Yeah.
But we're Carl's not going.
Can't.
But
don't want to go.
I'm going. I'm gonna be going down to somewhere soon. Not telling you exactly where or when. That wouldn't be smart of me. No. But I'm going, and I'm gonna be recording an album. I'm gonna finally be recording some music. I haven't recorded since. What was it, 2014, 2015?
2016, right?
I don't know. What does it say?
2016.
That's what it says on Spotify?
Yep.
I thought it was 15. No. It was 16. 16 was, the last year that I was friends with all my liberal friends. So that makes sense. Yeah. So 16, yeah. So I haven't recorded in... Was that 7 years?
Oh, gosh. Shit, yeah.
Wow. Lots happened.
Time flies when you're doing drugs. So
yeah, so I'm going somewhere, and I'm recording an album, and it's gonna be. I'm not the only one that's recording. I believe Ville's gonna be doing some recording as well.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think Kodiak might record some stuff. He's a good musician.
He acts like he's not.
He acts like he's not.
I heard him play down at Memfest.
Yeah, he's very good.
I'm like, wow, okay, yeah,
he's very good.
Guitar.
He's just
humble.
Doesn't strike me as humility. Strikes me as genuinely not having confidence in his abilities. But maybe he's just that good at being humble.
Ooh.
There's It does seem like a Southern trait.
Yeah.
Humility. I don't know. They're a little more Christian down there. Maybe not more Catholic, but they're more Christian. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it's more like baked into the culture
Than it is up here.
Than it is up here. Yeah.
Yankee
It seems
territory.
like more of an atheist culture up here these days. More of a.
Oh yeah, because we're
secular-
very close to a metropolitan area.
Yeah. We're in a weird spot with St. Louis because it's like we're a Midwestern city surrounded by Southern state.
Yeah.
You know, you go to rural Missouri and you kind of feel like you're in the South.
Right.
It's like
it doesn't feel
it's kind of a
Midwestern.
hybrid.
It doesn't feel totally Midwestern because
It doesn't feel totally Southern.
Yeah,
it feels more Southern, and it's got a Southern twang to the accent.
Certainly.
Sure.
You just get like 45 minutes outside of town.
Yeah.
In any direction really, and you feel Southern.
Yeah, like
and
Danny, the guy I picked milk up from, the raw milk.
Yeah, he's trying.
He's got that bit Southern twang to his voice. You know.
It comes off to
me
like
not like the O's or anything, but he's got the twang.
Yeah, it comes off more Southern than Midwestern because I've lived in both Nebraska, which is super. Oh, sure, bud. You know, kind of like.
Is that would you say that's the Midwestern accent?
A little.
Is the like great? I think that is like the Great Lakes accent.
It's a lot. It's a lot of the Midwest.
Okay.
It's not as harsh.
But really, in rural Nebraska, they do like.
I didn't live in rural Nebraska. I lived in Omaha.
Then I've heard people from like Indiana that have like a Southern twang, or what I would think of as a Southern twang.
But I've also lived in North Carolina with like real, Southern.
Yeah.
And I just feel like Missouri is closer to North Carolina than it is to
Minnesota or even Nebraska. Yeah.
It's
okay.
More so, it's also Missouri's a little bit more. It's a little bit closer to Virginia. But Virginia, where I lived in Virginia, I might as well have been in frickin' New York City.
Yeah.
Because I was in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area.
They call it the DMV.
Yeah. The DMV.
It's about as fun as being at the DMV.
Yeah, huh? I call it. I guess I didn't know this. Nova is kind of old school. No one really says Nova anymore.
Really?
Yeah, like apparently the young people in Nova don't really. They just say, "Oh yeah, the DMV." They say the DMV.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm like, it's always been Nova to me because that's the community college. There is Nova.
I remember when we were in a certain organization, certain fraternal organization. There was you're laughing because you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
There was that Wigger guy that seemed to have like a room temperature IQ. God bless him.
Yeah.
And he was running the Nova chapter collapsed, and he kind of took over, and then ended up in media because he was doing some like joint thing with Black Lives Matter. That's right. Yeah,
it's so tone deaf and like.
Oh yeah, we're just bringing everybody together, you know.
Hey man, we're doing a banner drop. We're doing a banner drop, man.
We just out here supporting our 2 ways and shit.
2 ways.
Yeah. But they called that the Nova chapter.
Yeah.
But I guess they were like older millennials or
and like
Gen X.
Growing up in that area, and every time I go back, it's still signs say Nova, still Nova to me. But
Nova's nice.
I like it. Nova. It's cool.
It's a syllable shorter than DMV.
Yeah.
And what, you want to include Maryland in that?
Yeah.
Shit?
Oh yeah. Shit. Maryland sucks. Everyone comes to Virginia to do things.
Yeah.
People from DC, because DC is dying and dead. So everyone.
And I guess Maryland's a very blue state, right? Because
it's like one of the bluest.
I didn't realize, like, I hadn't looked at Maryland on a map since I was a child. You know, it's like I knew where it was.
It's very small.
But I didn't realize how fucking tiny it is.
Yeah, and
it's tiny. It's second only to Rhode Island in tininess.
Yeah,
right?
no, it's a tiny little
It's
a
like
mangled,
a bunch of islands,
a mangled,
largely, right?
A mangled New York strip steak is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. And Delaware is actually like right on the very end. You get that little.
Delaware is also tiny.
I think Delaware might be second to.
Maybe it is. Maybe Delaware is the second, and then
Maryland's
Nova,
the third.
or Maryland, yeah.
Yeah, but there's nothing in Maryland. So when people.
No, buddy.
When people want to hang out from Maryland, they get on the Metrolink.
It's called the Metrolink there too.
Yeah, they call it Metro.
Oh, okay.
I say Metrolink because I'm in St. Louis now.
Yeah.
But they get on the Metro in probably like Bethesda.
The worst thing my grandpa ever did.
Yeah, and they come.
It's his involvement in passing the Metrolink.
And they come into Northern Virginia like Tyson's Corner, Arlington. Arlington's kind of shit. Crystal City's cool, and Alexandria, and they just fuck shit up. Like the mall that I used to go to as a kid, Tyson's Corner, they now have like DC like transit police with AR-15s and full body armor because there's because there's the Gucci store and shit right there, and like literally you can't
run a train. You can't run light rail to a mall.
No,
you cannot run it to shopping.
No, it's not like it's
you can't run them. They just shouldn't exist unless you have just dense urban areas like Chicago, like New York.
Yeah, the subway, it makes sense.
Like but if you have like a dense, wide urban sprawl, then it makes sense. Because when I met Gavin in Chicago,
yeah,
I drove around for a while trying to park my fucking car.
Right.
And I ended up sorry for cussing so much. I'm trying to work on that. Anyway, I tried to park my car close to the bar where we were going. And I ended up having to park enough blocks away that we took the train.
Yep.
We took the train from my parking spot to where we were going. Yeah. So obviously a train makes sense for a place like that. But like
same with DC, the Metro works inside DC. But my little hometown, Vienna, Virginia,
they ran the Metro to it.
The Metro's been there since I lived there.
Oh yeah, but it slowly got worse from it.
I don't recognize my hometown anymore. It's become so wiggery, and it was always just like Americana. Like everyone went to the high school football games, and now it's just like trap music and wiggers everywhere. And my cousin, I don't want to talk terribly about him.
The soft wig, I like the soft wigger thing, like Gen Z thing.
I don't like that even really. It's just not my thing.
I know,
but it's not.
I'm saying I don't mind it. Like it's a little charming, but then
I guess I don't like that stupid mulatto perm they all have. I hate that. That looks so stupid.
I like it. I've been alive 10 years longer than you.
Sure.
And so I remember the bowl cuts.
I remember the bowl cuts as well.
Okay, fair.
I don't know.
They must have been out of season because they ended in my world before you were born, my guy.
They were still real popular with young elementaries.
Okay.
Elementaries.
Oh, okay. I guess that's just. Why would you give your? I don't get that. Like,
why get a buzz cut?
Why would there? Well, but like, why would you do like a kid like a haircut just for kids? Why wouldn't you just like make them look like a little handsome man? Like, and that's the move, right? Like, we're gonna make him look like a little handsome man. Well, look at him, he's so grown up.
That's what my mom would do.
Big fat cheeks,
My dad would
would
take me to go get my haircut with him.
Yeah.
And the barber would just give us the same cut.
Right.
It was adorable. And like I had
the same thing. Everybody else, all the cool kids had the fucking bowl cut.
Yeah.
And I was, even though I was like a child trying to fit in, trying desperately to fit in with these other kids, I knew that looked like shit. I knew that looked retarded.
So did I. I'm like, that's disgusting. But I remember the Chinese barber, this old Chinese man used to cut my hair. He goes, "Oh, you look so handsome, Carl. You look just like Dad." Oh, and it's just like a great memory getting my hair cut with Dad.
My dad and I won a chip off the old block contest.
Really?
Like a regional, St. Louis area contest. Yeah, we looked super alike. We had similar glasses, and we got matching polos. And I still have the picture somewhere, but
oh, that's cute. I want to see that picture.
I look a ton like my dad. I look like my mom too, but
when you and your dad are in the same room, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, that's Mike. Really, because I don't really think about it. I'm like, oh, you don't look too much like your dad. But when I see you guys together, I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
There he is.
You know who I really look like.
Oh my gosh, your great grandfather.
Yeah. I think we've talked about that on stream.
Jacques Lasseter.
Jacques Lasseter, who legally changed his name from Jack Lasseter because he wanted to. He's going to Hollywood, and that was a time where
I'm gonna make
try
it big.
to sound fancy instead of trying to sound cool.
Yeah.
Jack Lasseter is the coolest name ever.
It is it's got a nice Jack Lasseter.
Yeah, but I am the spitting image of him.
You are.
Yeah,
you really are.
That was a wild thing to discover in my late 20s, early 30s. Whenever I first saw an adult picture of him, wow. Yeah, it's weird that all this other genetic material can be involved. Because it's my great grandfather, right?
So 2 generations.
You'd think it would just be all blended up, right?
Nope.
No.
Those traits can just
show
up.
And his son doesn't look like him. My dad doesn't look like him. I look just like him.
You. And really
Yeah. And I always felt this weird kindred spirit just hearing stories about him just being his stupid ideas of what he was going to try to do, try to go out to Hollywood and make it, and apparently selling. I don't want to I don't want to shit talk him, but the story goes that he apparently was selling swampland in New Jersey to sight unseen.
Yeah.
It's oh, I got great land deal for you, but he. Yeah, I would hear, just when I heard people talk about him, I'm like, that asshole sounds like me.
Wow.
I just always felt this kindred spirit with him more than anyone else in my family. Just having heard stories about him, and I could never explain why. And then after a lifetime of that, or just an adulthood of that, I finally see a picture of him as my spitting image.
I think I've only ever seen one picture of my fraternal grandfather.
Yeah.
They just didn't have a lot of pictures of him.
Did you not you didn't get to meet him, right?
He
That's
died,
your namesake.
Yeah, he's my namesake. He passed away when my dad was 15.
Oh, yeah.
He died of cancer, but...
What a loser.
Yeah, pretty much. No, he was a concrete guy up in on the Great Lakes in Michigan.
Oh, what? So did he die of...
concrete inhalation, I guess.
I was gonna say
quick set lung. I don't know what they call it up there.
Weren't they putting fucking
asbestos?
Asbestos and things. Probably died of mesothelioma or something.
Most likely before it was even a thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just call it quick set lung.
Shame in it. Yeah. Quick set
lung. I don't know. So I think I've only seen about one picture of him.
Quick set is the lock. You're thinking of Quickcrete.
Quickcrete. Whatever. Fuck it.
I'm like, where have I heard Quickset before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. That's my profession.
Yeah.
I'm a locksmith. I do this for a living.
Wow.
I was thinking of the Q, and so it took me a second because it's the K. That's my excuse.
Just like Wisconsin's ripoff of Quick Trip, they have Quick Trip. And they all talk about it like it's the best. I'm like, no, QT is the best.
You haven't been, dude, QT literally is the best. I mean, it's like there might be places that have cooler stuff or better prices, but just for the the fascist, the fascist efficiency.
Yes, the trains run on time.
Yes, exactly, dude. It's if you've never, they've got quite a quite a spread in the country now. But I guess they're still relatively regional. QT, Quick Trip. This place, you'll feel fucking slow.
Yeah,
Like I've seen memes about it, just like making fun of yourself for like not having your card out.
Yeah, or it's like they bag you stuff and they're like they give you a bag. You're like, oh shit, I gotta bag my shit up.
Right. No, dude, it is so wildly fast. Well, and they'll help 2 people at a time on either side of themselves. It's amazing. It's it's beyond Chick-fil-A. Yeah, honestly,
it really is. It's the best gas station.
It's the most efficient retail business period that I've ever experienced.
Yeah, and they're nice, they're clean.
They don't even give you the opportunity to put your put your PIN number in.
It's just
swipe and do you want a receipt? Nope. Cool.
Bye. See you next time.
They don't even usually ask if you want a receipt.
Nope.
Yeah, you can ask them for a receipt.
Sure, yeah, it's just
Dude, I always that blows my mind how many places have the obligatory receipt. And I try heck to avoid touching them because I've
actually gotten better. I used to make fun of you about them. I'm like, really, Mike? Like, it just seems like
I mean, I touch receipts all the time, right? But I try to limit the time and just kind of do it between my fingernails or something.
Same. After teasing you about it, I made the conscious effort of just like when they're like, "Oh, do you want a receipt?" I'm like, "No."
Apparently, it lowers your testosterone.
It's got some chemical on there, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's skin absorbs through your skin. Yep. But Quick Trip, when I worked at the airport, they used to come in on their
the Quick Trip, the CEO of Quick Trip, right?
They're based.
I was going to say that's the one place where there's no Quick Trips is down in Chesterfield Valley.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame.
It's a shame, isn't it?
There's
an On the Run.
Yeah, but
is that a local chain? On the Run?
No, I've seen On the Runs. There's an On the Run in Virginia. Northern Virginia.
Really? Okay.
But they were always like the nicest people. Always brought us like a big, huge box of Quick Trip donuts.
Oh yeah.
And for Christmas, they gave us a $50 gas card.
Can't eat them anymore, obviously. But
their Long Johns are great.
I love the Long Johns. Except they're always that like caramel frosting now.
Yeah. I like the vanilla ones.
It used to be vanilla.
No, you can still get the vanilla ones.
You can still get the vanilla?
Well, I mean, you can't.
I can't.
But
You can't either.
I know.
You ever want to lose that weight, Carl?
I know.
It's because the I don't want to pick on you here.
I know.
But it's like linoleic acid specifically. Your body deprioritizes breaking it down.
Yeah.
So it's not even going to touch that until like everything else is out of it. Like until it just like stacks it, because it's like it is an important thing to have in your body because it helps with signals of something.
Sure.
But
the buildup of it.
The buildup of it with the modern diet. Yeah. So you cut that out of your diet.
I don't eat donuts anymore anyway. But
nice.
But yeah, they gave us a $50 gas card every Christmas, and I love Quick Trip, but I can't go there right now because my plates are still expired. And all Quick Trips are police substations.
Police substations.
So yeah. I am like, man, I could. And they also have like a really good, which I looked up. It's seed oil free. They have a jalapeno, just the sausage.
No kidding.
Yeah,
seed oil free.
I believe so. I might.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Don't hold me to that. But they just have, and I have buns at home. So I would just go and I would get a jalapeno cheddar, sausage, smoked sausage, and then go home and get like a butter bun. Put on there.
Yeah.
With some.
Because there's a lot of most brands of butter anything are bread related because they're using butter instead of seed oils. Yeah. So it's like, why are you gonna double up? You still get a check, but yeah, most
Nature's Own is
Nature's
good.
Own butter
Pepperidge
stuff.
Farm is
Pepperidge
good.
Farm butter stuff. Oh, I love that it's their loaf of bread, sliced bread. It's so dense.
It's so good.
The Nature's Own is good, but it's really like very light. It's like there's a real density to the Pepperidge Farm that I like.
There is. I do like in the stuff. It's not like you don't have to substitute taste. The seed oil free stuff tastes better.
It tastes better.
And
it doesn't,
really,
it's not like, oh, it's just as good. It's better.
It's better.
This is not like doing keto.
Keto. I
fucking potato buns and shit. Yeah. Fuck that.
I cannot do keto anymore because, and I've looked at it. Long term, it's not good for you.
It is something to do
to rapidly lose weight. It is something to do
to rapidly lose weight. It is not. It is not a lifestyle.
No, and people who say that it is, they are fucking lying to you.
Yeah,
they are.
I mean, I lost like 30 pounds doing it.
I lost a lot of weight doing keto.
I was like spilling over my pants. I was the fattest I'd ever been from owning a bar, obviously. Owning a bar, eating like shit, and being stressed all the time. But man,
well, COVID is what really got me because I was working at the airport, and then nothing came into the airport because it was COVID. So I literally I'd still have to work, and I was getting paid $16 an hour to sit on my ass, and I was getting paid like a special pandemic like bonus like for working in unsafe conditions. So I was making a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was eating out every night. I was getting like Valley Walk Chinese food and just watching movies at work, getting paid for it. And that's when I really chubbed up, and I lost a lot of weight like a year ago doing keto. But once you do keto, it's hard It's hard to get back into this doing it again.
Yeah, it really is.
And it takes your body longer.
I did it for a long time. Yeah. I did it as a lifestyle for a while, and then
and just
I don't remember how I slipped, but I think it was probably a trip or something.
Yeah.
Like Luke lost like 40 pounds. Luke Rolfing lost like 40 pounds doing keto. Yeah. And then went on a trip, and that was that. It is very hard to go back to. Because it's not fun. And that's the thing. Carbs aren't the fucking enemy. It's that it's just seed oils are what make everything terrible for you.
Yeah.
I'm so tempted to take up smoking again. Just for the nicotine. I know. Mickey apparently, my wife apparently talked to Carl and told him like, hey, I know you and Mike are talking about picking up cigarette smoking. I wasn't gonna like get Marlboro Reds or something. I was gonna order like
Dunhills.
Dunhill. Yeah, I was thinking Dunhills or maybe like the Gitan or whatever, the French ones, you know.
When Mickey texted me, she's like, don't. I'm like, okay. And then immediately I went on eBay or like online to look for expensive cigarettes. Yeah. But like,
I remember when I smoked, Dunhills did not make me feel like garbage like every other cigarette did.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about
it's a premium cigarette.
It makes you feel like shit, and you do it anyway. But why do I feel like garbage all the time? I'm just a sick guy. I'm just a very sick guy.
You're sickly.
Just a very sickly guy. But Dunhills, those are higher quality.
Yeah.
I don't know. I shouldn't. She's right.
Yeah.
I did get I got the Zyn pouches.
Mm. Is that like dip pouches?
Yeah, it's like the nicotine pouches, but it's just nicotine and flavor. It's probably better to just do dip pouches than some artificial like tobacco-less nicotine sort of thing.
Yeah, I might as well.
I like the thing that I like about nicotine. I mean, there's like conflicting reports, but the stuff that I've seen about nicotine being a testosterone booster is more convincing than the stuff that says it depletes it. Yeah. So.
Oh, Tucker Carlson swears by it. He
had Zyn. I saw a container as like somebody. I saw a screenshot on Twitter of like a container of the Zyn pouches on his desk, just like openly on the show.
There's that clip like 2 years ago, Sean Hannity hitting a Juul.
Oh yeah,
and they accidentally go. Whoops.
Yeah. Oops.
No, I
I wonder if he got paid for that.
I think he did. That was
on purpose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because he's
always out for a bone.
Well, and he, like, I've heard back when I listened to talk radio, he did talk radio radio ads for Jewel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He was on their payroll.
But he was but yeah, like, there's that one interview, that black and white interview of Gavin and Tucker.
I love that. That whole interview series is fantastic.
Dude, that one,
it's
like,
the
liberal
best work that Gavin has ever done.
That one liberal chick, that is one of the best.
Oh man, that was a massacre, dude.
Yeah,
where he's like, she's talking about like socialism working in Scandinavian countries. He's like, what, the white ones?
Yeah. It's just like, that was like 2015.
I don't know what to say to that.
That was so ahead of the
that
curve.
was like right between him. That was between him, like, getting canceled and then
right before the Rebel.
Okay,
I think that's the time frame.
It was before Kumiya.
Yeah, because he was on Compound and then the Rebel.
Right, this was before Compound. I think this was like his what am I gonna do? This was right after he and Anthony Rogers got canceled at the same time, and there was an article, I think a Daily Beast or something, article written about both of them simultaneously.
Yeah.
I think Anthony went on his show one time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what show. Maybe probably TGMS.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No,
that's something we got to talk about.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
pour another drink. You want one?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah. So for those who didn't catch it, Mike and I made an appearance on the Anthony Rogers show. What we thought we were going on.
So what it was we thought that Anthony, he's like, I've been doing this for a while, and I know when a guest is not gonna show up.
Right.
And so the Justin Hicks, Missouri Representative Justin Hicks. We don't know much about him. I liked him.
I liked him.
He struck me as a good guy. He's a good guy until I find out otherwise, right?
I'll go grab one.
Thanks. I'll cue us in on this. Missouri Representative Justin Hicks was supposed to be the guest. He hadn't responded to Anthony in a couple days, and so Anthony was like, I've got a feeling he's not going to show. Anthony, he has guests on every episode, so he's very accustomed to the idea of no shows. And at the last minute, and the guy's busy, it's not like he was being a piece of shit or something, but Representative Hicks was like, okay, I'm good to go. Sure, yeah. And orange juice and whiskey? Okay.
I don't know.
What's the worst that could happen? There's probably a name for this.
Gin and juice.
It's not gin.
I know, but that's what...
Fuck you, Carl.
That's what them rappers do. Isn't that right?
Not whiskey. They do gin.
I don't think they did gin.
Did you ever do a gin shot?
I did.
Did I? Yeah, we
made me do one once,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan, but it was all right.
Right. Yeah. It's
I wouldn't say I would never have it again.
I did an experiment one time with bar patrons, because I was just telling them how there was this girl, Lo, who would come in, and she would order it was like Beefeater,
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
Because I know.
She would order just a shot of Call Gin, Beefeater or something. And I was telling, I had 7 people in the bar. I was like, well, that's weird to me, right? Who would order just a shot of gin?
It sounds like something an underage person would order at a bar. I'll do
I guess so.
Gin. I'll do a gin. I know what gin is. My dad has gin.
Well, so I was like, you know what? Let's all try a shot of gin. I think we did rail.
Oh, wow.
Because I was just giving it away, so I'm not going to give away Call.
Yeah.
And it was 50-50. 50% of people are like, that's not bad at all. How have I not been doing this? And like they would come back in and order gin shots at least for a while until they get sick of it, and then the other half are like, this is disgusting.
I mean, it's literally juniper flavored vodka. Mm-hmm. Same chemical composition as vodka.
Yep.
But I don't know if you're a fan of juniper.
I don't know what it is.
Give it a
berry, I guess.
Yeah, it's a berry.
Okay.
It's really good in mead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had juniper mead before.
So back to the Anthony Rogers show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got off topic there. Anthony asked us to be on, and we didn't know there was going to be a tranny on there. I guess a trans-American. A
trans-American, transcontinental. I was the first one in...
We are on YouTube. We gotta remember.
I was the first one in the lobby, and he was... If you know Anthony Rogers, which you probably don't, he talks very fast. So he's giving me the rundown of what we're gonna do. He's like, yeah, man. So I'll have you and Mike and me and Sean will do this intro, and then I'll have Mike or Michaela, whoever the fuck it is. I'll have them come on. And I'm like, what? and then he brought me up to speed again. He's like, and then he like slowed down and he goes, yeah, man. I'll bring her in like, in 30 minutes after we go live, and I just have a bunch of jokes. I'm just gonna fuck with her, or I'm like, oh shit. And then you joined in, and I'm like, well, and he goes, all right, man, I'm gonna start the intro. We're gonna go live.
Take a look at this. This is what I was using. I think this is on.
Yeah.
Is it gonna say no signal? Usually
Probably
does. Maybe not. But this is the monitor I was using because I wanted to, do the whole. I had to be able to look at them, right?
Right.
So I'm not gonna use a modern monitor. I'm gonna maintain the aesthetic while I'm promoting the show. So I'm doing it on here, on this 1988 or whatever it is, Macintosh green phosphor monitor with giant pixels.
Yeah.
And so I could barely see what was going on. And the trans-American had a very similar voice to Sean. That's what threw me off. They had he and Sean had the same voice, and so
they did.
They did.
That was
and I can't really see what's going on much.
Oh.
All I can see is the outlines of people in their movement, and I mean, I don't want to exaggerate too much. I can see faces.
I was at home with my crisp HD monitor.
Yeah, I could not see the details, the important details of the face. So, and I just thought it was Sean talking. Until it was well into the show that I realized what was going on.
Yeah, that was interesting. And also, I guess apparently Anthony has told me that Restream sometimes, when you have a lot of guests on one show.
By the way, did you check and make sure this is streaming?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, great. We're still new to Restream, so
I went on and I checked, and when I saw you,
Rumble and YouTube.
Yeah, when I saw you come up,
you should check the comments soon if you have your phone on you. But finish this.
But yeah, I talked to him afterwards, and he goes, "Yeah, sometimes Restream, if there's a bunch of people in the call, to maintain the connection,
it just picks somebody to pick on. It just picks
someone random to throttle." So because
it's such a Chad move.
Yeah, it's like shut up, fuck you.
Oh, dude, I watched that. I watched Punch Drunk Love for the first time.
Nice.
A couple nights ago. It was so cool. See it after watching Thunderdome TV a million times and being on there drunk and hearing having that used against me. Shut up, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, it just sometimes. Anthony told me it happens. It'll just throttle someone. So I pretty much.
And you were the guy.
And I was talking, and then I'm like, there's no reaction. They couldn't hear anything I was saying, and I wasn't. I was being charitable to this trans-American, but they mentioned something so ridiculous about shrimps are born male, but then they turn into females, and I'm like, okay, we also dip them in cocktail sauce and serve them at parties.
Fuck, that would have been good.
I know. I was so pissed.
Because I didn't know what the fuck to say. I was drinking before that. If I
So was I.
told Anthony,
I was 2 chiladas
all right.
deep.
Well, you're 10 years younger than me, and never got put on lithium in high school, so
It's true.
you probably get a little more brain power than I do. I didn't know what the fuck to say. Because I'm trying. I thought of like mean jabs, but it's like
I had so
I thought
many.
of mean jabs, and then I thought of like just truthful things to say. And with the mean jabs, I was thinking like, okay, that's not like that wouldn't be right to say. This is somebody who's nice, first of all,
and it's a human, too.
and it's a human being, a mentally ill, spiritually ill human being. I don't want to be evil. You know?
Because you can win the argument, lose the soul.
Exactly.
And I had a lot of just really like they were lighthearted. They were definitely like they're playful,
maybe,
but I couldn't say them. Maybe that was for the best.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. They were funny, but they were still mean spirited.
I was on a roll, and I'm like, I can't say anything.
I was probably divine intervention.
Yeah, it's just like throttling my stream.
Yeah. And then the other things I thought of to say, like especially at the end when he was talking about his like
his truth.
His truth, yeah. I'm sitting here and like everything I can think of to say, I'm just like I'm playing the chess game in my mind, right? Thinking a couple steps ahead, and I just eventually realized like this is this dude's obsession, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't spend all day thinking about this stuff.
Right.
He does.
Yeah, exactly. So
and if I try to challenge him on anything,
he's already worked up a rebuttal.
Exactly, because this is a smart guy too, and so sometimes it's best to just not engage. Dick. I'm sorry, Dick. Vil had on a recent episode. He was talking about how it's sort of like when you're engaging, you're losing. You're ceding ground just by like talking to people. And he was talking about that with the when he had the clip of the guy holding up the sign and the guy with the sign was like essentially pro pedophilia. He's just like got this like goofy idea that like age and
you need to
consent,
separate age from consent.
There's no reason that age is like an arbitrary measure of consent, which it is.
Yeah.
But what's the alternative?
Right.
Other than legalizing pedophilia.
Yeah.
What, like we're gonna like have people do a test to determine if they can have sex with adults. I mean the answer to that is to just ban fornication.
Right. And so
because,
yeah, and the point I made was because Anthony Rogers a while back, he wanted to have me on to debate a porn star. And I'm like, I have solid arguments and theological, but
they're gonna win.
They're gonna win because this is their
whole life. Exactly.
And combating pornorgraphy is, I mean, it's something.
This sounds like a cop out. I know, but it's true, but where's the lie?
Yeah, I'm like
we're admitting we're not good. We're not good enough at debating to debate somebody whose whole life is their degeneracy.
Yeah.
Like I can say it's wrong, but they're gonna be like, "Why is it wrong?"
Yeah.
It's like because God. Oh well.
What about blah 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 blah?
And it's just fucking boring. Fuck debating.
No, I'm
like
not.
We need to stop, and that was Vil's point. Is like when we're like engaging with these people on these issues, we're
legitimizing them.
We're legitimizing them. We're giving them a platform to say their stuff. I mean, don't
like,
meet people where they are. Don't try dude. They'll always be able to outlogic you.
Yeah.
When it's just a matter of simple right and wrong.
Yeah.
Like right and wrong isn't utilitarian. It's not logical. It comes from God.
Right.
It's just divine order. It's just the way things are. And there's nothing you can say about it other than the way things are. I mean, I could talk about trans suicide rates, or I could talk about,
falls on deaf ears when you're talking to them. They don't,
And he's gonna have some prepared rebuttal.
Exactly, and like also, I'm not gonna debate a trans person, just like I'm not gonna debate a mentally retarded person, because it's not right. It makes you look. That's weird. Someone who gets into an argument, especially people who argue with children, like adults who like fight with their kids. I see it a lot. Like it's very cringe. If you're giving,
you have to
explain things, but to argue and trying to debate a child,
dropping to their level.
Yeah, someone with
you can't meet them at their level. You have to
infantile beliefs. Yeah, there's no point in arguing. Like I'm not gonna.
And that's the thing is to even that I think was the crux of Phil's point is to even debate these people is it's the debate itself legitimizes their belief as like equal to yours.
Yeah.
We should just be, can't say that, but it's kind of a stockade situation, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I don't think these people should be like harmed physically.
No.
Like, people get misguided beliefs from, all sorts of, messed up childhoods and stuff. I mean, once you act on, once you commit an evil act, then that's a different story. But this guy seemed like somebody's just spurging out over like, I don't know, and just put him in the stockades, throw tomatoes throw rotten fruit at the guy for an afternoon, and humiliate the guy.
Because when people are confronted with arguments that contradict their beliefs, they're just going to become more steadfast
in them.
So
throw rotten fruit at them
and pray for them. Pray for them. Because that's really all you can do. And again, you're arguing with a mentally unwell person. That's not right. That's not charitable because you're giving their argument credence. They need help and they need prayer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy. What time are we looking at? My watch paused at some point in the past few days.
Oh, that's interesting. Looking at 9:30.
Why don't you well, that's about wrapping it up, but will you take a look at the comments?
Let's see here. Let's see the comments.
I'm going to put fuel in this. I always forget because I don't smoke anything.
Let's see here. Let's go to Sploof. See if there's comments there.
No comments on Rumbus?
No, there's only one person watching on Rumbus.
Huh, good.
Yeah, because we don't want you anyway.
Yeah.
There's no comments.
Hey, good. We didn't really promote it.
Nah, we need
I didn't
promote more.
I'm not going to promote it when we don't have anything prepared. Give a little we're about to go live thing. And
hey, people watch the replays though.
They do. We do well in the replays. We get like 200 views a piece in the replays. Yeah, it's great.
So yeah, wish you could have been here live, but
that's okay. That's okay. This was still good.
It was a good show.
I always, you always, what is it? What is the breakdown? I always think it's good the night of, and then the next day I second guess it. You always think it's good
the next
day.
But when I leave,
you leave like that was fucking bullshit.
Yeah. I've stopped doing that.
We're both wrong. It's always good.
I've stopped doing that, I guess, about like 2 weeks ago. And now, like, I used to just get like so in my head and spurgy. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to say? And now I just talk and and I'm able to watch my performance. I'm like, fuck, I was good.
Yeah.
I was good.
That was something that Dick stressed to me. And I think stressed to you as well.
He did.
You have to be able to watch the show.
Yeah.
If you can't watch the show, then there's something wrong.
Right.
But if you can watch the show and enjoy it and laugh at your own jokes, then you're doing something right.
I've been doing that.
I have.
And I'm like,
we've been doing this for almost a year. I mean, a year next month. What? Right?
Yeah, dude.
Next month, a year?
We gotta do something special.
Dude, it's we'll we got to figure out when the anniversary is so we can do a big 1 year spectacular. Maybe have some cool guests on.
Yeah, we'll find a way to do
I got some people in mind.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, some niche internet micro celebs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, no, I know, but until recently I could never watch me do it. Then I watching him, I'm like, God, I'm funny.
Yeah.
And then like watching Mike, I'm like, shit, that was fun. Because there's some things that you say that go over my head when we're in the moment. And then
because you're thinking of the next thing to say instead of
But then like when I'm like there's no stress, I watch it. I'm like shit, that was funny. Or something that I say that I'm like that didn't land. And then I watch the replay. I'm like, oh, that was actually kind of funny.
By the way, how do you like my tan? It's great.
I can see it now. You look beautiful.
I know. I look
beautiful.
fantastic. If you've quit seed oils, go to the tanning salon. It is fantastic. I feel so good when I leave there. It's great. I can't recommend it to somebody who's still consuming. Like, you gotta.
No, you will get cancer.
You need you need to give it like. Apparently the skin thing is like one of the first things to like go back to normal.
Oh.
So like after like 3 months of quitting seed oils, you can start tanning, abusively.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did the full 12 minutes on the level 4 thing. It starts at level 3. It's like,
and then
there's no level 2 or level 1.
They call that the pre-bake. You know, you gotta preheat the oven. You know.
Yeah, but I love tanning. It's great. I really enjoy it. I just pray the Jesus prayer the entire time I'm in there.
Oh, nice.
Front to back. Just
good.
in my mind. Just breathe in, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner.
Ain't gonna get cancer that way.
No.
All right.
Unless
Well,
it's God's will. Well, thanks for joining us tonight, and we go to the wide shot.
We had a good time.
We had a good time. It was, we had nothing prepared, but I think we had some good conversations. We enjoyed them. We hope you enjoyed them too. Let's see. Tomorrow is Friday. I believe the Vil Nomerly show will be live.
7 usually does it.
7 p.m. Central Time tomorrow.
God's time zone. All right. Fuck it. Bye. Bye.